Welcome to another edition of the Dental Today podcast. Thank you for stopping by. This is brought to you by labmediatv. My name is Hezekiah Morales, and here we go. Remember to follow us on social media at labmediatv.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Dental Today podcast. We are in Chicago Lab Day 2020 here with Mr. Kevin Reck from Bellavita Dental Designs.
Good to see you once again, man. Good to see you, brother.
And also with Dentsply Sirona, Kevin, I'm excited to have you again on the show.
Hey, man, like I said last time, I appreciate you reaching out as well. So it's great to be a part of this thing. So thank you.
I really appreciate you coming out, man. It's always good to see you, always doing your thing.
Yes, sir.
Speaking here and there. I saw you in West Palm Beach a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Actually, that was like 4 months ago. Time flies.
Yeah, 4 months. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. That was in October.
Yep.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yep.
How have you been?
Good, man. Great. How have you been, man?
I've been fantastic watching you all over the place.
Yeah, man. It's fun to travel, working with Bellavita Dental Designs and, you know, being a KOL and getting to do a lot of stuff that I never was able to with Dentsply Sirona. So, yeah, it's changed the way I look at lab life, and I'm blessed to be a part of everything that I'm at right now. So
that's so exciting. And also, you took a trip to Germany, which I would like to touch on later on the show. But that was exciting, wasn't it?
First time out of the country. So for the first time me getting out of the country, for it to be dental related, that must mean that you're climbing up the chain, and I'm honored. Like I said, I don't take this, lightly. This means a lot to me to be where I'm at, in the dental industry. Who would have thought it was 10 years ago, about my first 5 years, wasn't happy as the other podcast, but I found my way, to be somewhat successful of where I'm at, and I only plan to get bigger and bigger, So
exciting. And you did share that you are with Bellavita Dental Designs, and we recently spoke with Mr. Bill Atkinson as well. And what has your experience been there? How has it been? It's
amazing. It's a teamwork. It's Bill, Jesus, his son, and Casey, and we work as a team. A lot of jobs you don't have teamwork. One person might get mad and not. Teamwork is, as I said, I think, and the other one is dream work. If you don't have that relationship almost as like a family, it's completely different. It makes working not like work. Everyone has their rough days and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we all come together. We have weekly meetings to make sure everyone's on point, and everyone knows what where we're at. And monthly meetings and stuff like that. I think some companies might not do that as much as they should, and that's why sometimes they have to replace employees every 6 months or every 3 months, So you have to have that, and it's an honor to be a part of that. So.
Wow. So you found that the meetings, the daily meetings, the daily touch, or rather weekly meetings, monthly meetings, that touch and the communication is what's really led to the success in this team. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's crucial. Last month we did the biggest number that Bellavita Dental Designs has ever done, so that's big. So it's good to see that the teamwork in all those meetings and vision for the future of what we're going to do is there. If we were having a bad month, then we know that there's a lot of things in those meetings that need to be discussed. So like I said, Jesus plays a big part in it, doing marketing and stuff like that, and handling a lot of the ins and outs that some companies might not have, So.
Wow. And how has working with Bellavita and this teamwork changed your perspective in the dental arena?
Well, I would say digital dentistry was what really changed everything for me. Don't want to get into the other interview, but digital dentistry is what changed my passion and is what led me to Bellavita, and how they found me online doing what I was doing, social media posts, like what you're doing. You're building a brand, I was doing that for myself, and I didn't know it. I was just posting. I was just posting my work and some of the things that I was doing at that time, and it led me to here. And second LMT Lab Day, I always wanted to come. Both times I was a speaker. Who would have thought that my first 2 times back to back, I would actually be able to reach out to an audience and kind of tell them about me and everything that's going on with Dentsply Sirona products and the lab life. It's amazing to be a part of it. So
wow. And so what I'm hearing here is that all this started happening and just moving to the next level when you decided to change your atmosphere.
Change
the people that you were around
exactly
into people into a different atmosphere that was conducive to growth, conducive to, let's call it, the new technology and the new processes within the industry, and that opened the door for you to now you're a speaker.
Yeah, I get to speak.
You're an influencer.
You're KOL with Dentsply, yes sir.
So how has your journey been as a speaker with Dentsply Sirona?
Amazing. So the first thing I want to say is I was never somebody to stand up in front of a bunch of people. Pretty shy person, not when it comes to just talking to people, but actually getting in front of an audience. But what I found, when you know what you're talking about and you're passionate, you might be a little bit nervous in the beginning, but once you start speaking, you know what you're talking about and you're passionate, and all those nerves pretty much fly out the window. And then it's just speaking like they're your friends and trying to give them as much information as possible. Like I said in the other podcast, man, there's a lot of stuff, trial and error, that I get to go through that I can hope pass on, that make other people's lives easier. So it's give and take. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I remember you sharing that on that episode, that you're able to share the experiences that have now allowed you to render the product that you have, so that the people that are listening won't have to go through all those experiments.
They'll go through some of them, but not as many as I did, buddy. And that's what's good about being a beta tester as well. It's hard work. A lot of people like, how do I become a beta tester? You never become a beta tester. A company finds you, and they know passion. They know, it's for a reason, and it's hard work for sure, but it pays off, and I'm helping the industry grow as well by testing things before it goes on the market. So helping the industry get to where it is now, and look at where we're at. Digital dentures is everything. Everything's digital, and all our doctors, it's good to see even the analog doctors getting so excited to come to McCormick and all these other events, even Lab Day, just because they're so excited about digital dentistry. There was barely any analog stuff down in the showroom, and that goes to show you change of times. I know a lot of people, since I've been with this experience from this year, I've had quite a few people get worried about the future, and is it going to go too quick? Is there going to be any human touch? And a human is always going to be a part of the software. Some people think that you're just going to click a button, maybe 20 years from now, but there's still hands-on. There's still hands-on on all of this. You might not be grabbing a wax tool to create a denture. You're still putting your touch on it, even if it's with a mouse. So what I said in my presentation, I opened it up, and I didn't even have this. This wasn't even going to be my opening part, but I realized that I heard from a lot of people just from the past couple of days, they're worried, and I started out to say, you got to embrace this right now. Embrace it. Be the forefront. Be a part of it right now, because otherwise, try to get in too late. So yeah, it's like I said, it's crazy where it's been, where I came from, and I'm honored.
Did you ever think that your opinion would shape the future of digital?
Nope. I never did. I'm passionate about what I do, so I'm glad that I was given this opportunity to have that. And there's so many people that don't get noticed, though, that still are the same passionate people, just because you're not in front of a camera or something like that. There's so many of those people out there, so yeah. It's great to be around a bunch of good individuals, man.
How exciting, man.
Yeah.
How exciting. So, how many times have you spoken so far with Dentsply Sirona?
I don't know, maybe 8 times. Yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah. And it's awesome. I'm glad every time they reach out. I instantly. You know what I mean? It's a great company. They're the future of dentistry, and I'm just glad to be a part of them.
How's your experience been? A little more in terms of working directly with Dentsply Sirona, not only as a beta tester, but also a speaker, but now also an advisor, because you're advising doctors and dental professionals here on the floor and the show. They come to you with cases and issues and all this. How has all this been for you, and how are you looking to continue to better yourself in what you're doing now?
Well, yeah, like you said, it's amazing to work the floor room, to stand around and people come and have these questions, and to be able to help guide them to the right decision, especially whether it be financial as well. Some might want to go to milling, and we'll get into printing maybe in another interview, but some might not know the differences of milling versus printing, and there is some things that milled dentures are better for than printed dentures. Same thing with zirconia. There's a whole bunch of different, so to be able to kind of guide them in what they want, different zirconia strengths. Do I need a multi-layer? Do I not need a multi-layer? And yeah, I'm just excited for the future of everything else. It's never going to stop rolling out new stuff and cool stuff like that, and to be a part of that, man, it's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're working with Bellavita. That opens the door for you to begin to speak for Dentsply.
Yeah.
It opens the door for you to also become a key opinion leader, to look at things from a different perspective, to the point that they invite you to go out to Germany. What happened in Germany?
Can't talk about everything, obviously. Germany was amazing. The people there, for one, it was just a beautiful country, to get asked to go there to be because I'm a KOL there and see I got to meet everyone from all over the world, and all technicians and dentists too, and to be able to sit around that many passionate people and talk and share ideas, because not everything's the same as it is in the United States. There's some of the products that we're using here, they can't even use in their country, but they're coming to learn about it. So it's cultural differences, and to be able to meet that many great people, and I'm young, in this industry. And there's a lot of, I'm not saying they're old, but godfathers, like good people that have been doing this for a long time. So to be able to clash heads with them and it's just awesome, man. I never would have thought that I'd be where I'm at right now. So wow. I'm blessed.
So you're able to see a diversity, not only culturally, but also in understandings of dentistry, because you definitely did say that there are different processes that are being done all over the world. What was possibly the biggest shock to you? Or maybe surprise with the difference in the way the processes are done?
Well, some Europeans like a different type of a tooth mold, like a Genios tooth by Dentsply Sirona. We like basic denture teeth. Most dentists and prosthodontists in the United States, for the most part, want a very basic line angle tooth. Over there, it's different. They want more ovoid teeth, different. And it's just amazing to see the differences, and the customization of dentures in other places is, crazy. They'll stain and put all kinds of dark stains and stuff on them, and people here want as white as they can get, even in dentures, it's definitely different to see. Different cultures might want different tooth molds, while we're like, oh, these teeth are fine. And that's why they have these meetings every year, is to have everyone from all over get together, find out what is needed and where the market is for what area, and I'm glad to see that they're reaching out. They're going to cover everything from every part of the market. So yeah, it's awesome.
And you're able to contribute to these conversations as well, although you are a young
and I'm glad that I'm able to contribute, but sometimes I kind of feel like, oh man, like I'm just growing up into this. This is so new, you know what I mean? Like, even though it's 10 years in, so it's still humbling, like, you know what I mean? It's not something I take lightly. I take it, and the best part is they listen too. Like, if I have something that I know isn't right and I tell them it's not right, they listen and they're like, okay, jotting it down. And like, I had quite a few meetings here, like personal, like, from the great people that are of Dentsply Sirona, that pull me aside and sit down with the computer one-on-one, like, you got time, Kevin? Of course I have time. I'm making time, like, what time's better for you? They'll ask what time's good for you. No. You tell me when you want me there. So yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And again, you're working side by side, rubbing shoulders with let's call them definitely pillars in the industry.
Yeah.
Being a young technician.
Yeah, and Bellavita, I give credit to them. I mean, pretty much what got me into this higher end of dentistry, not doing so much old stuff. I did convert the lab that I came from before to a Dentsply Sirona, basically, a digital lab. That's what got my hands on the software, because I was, working late doing it. But yeah, I mean, if I wasn't, working with Bellavita and Jesus and all them, who knows where it would be, but definitely be somewhere positive, because, put in the hard work and you get noticed. So it's awesome, man.
Fantastic. Where are we going to see you next, Kevin?
I do not have, I'm not sure yet. I do not have anything coming up right as of now. I'm sure within the next month. This is the big one, since they released Software 20 and the denture software and stuff like that. So that's the main feature, and who knows? I know I can't talk about everything, but there'll be some good dates, and we'll I can't say everything. It's not on the dotted line, but I know for sure Bellavita will be offering courses again like we did last year. It's great to have people in the lab, small group of people, so it's not overwhelming, and you're able to do so much more in detail than like here. Like here, you can come and I can give you a little bit of what I can show you, but I can't spend 2 days with you, So that's where, and it's, being here, it's like having people come up, when's the next course? You guys know when the course is? We're jotting down like names just now while we're here, like, okay, well, maybe we need to make it bigger this year. Maybe we, because the lab holds 12 people we have a little training center, so it holds 12 people, but maybe we need to make one back to back. I don't know, but it's going to be exciting to see exactly when we release those dates, and to kind of keep on seeing where we're going, man. It's awesome.
Contribution of education that you guys are doing.
I never thought I'd be an educator, dude.
Look at that.
Never thought it, but it's an honor. It makes you feel like the hard work, like throughout the week, the work week, the normal work week, it makes it worthwhile when you get to do you actually realize what your skill set is, because you're sharing it to someone else that might not know it, so, and then to see them walk out with a different, mindset, and like, oh, I can now offer this at my lab, and I never thought about that before, like I mentioned in the other videos, there's a lot of people that don't understand the value that they have just because they haven't spent the time on training to change the lab or get into dentures, or there's denture labs that have never done zirconia, and it's cool to see, and we can offer those courses as well. There's to bridge the gap and to be able to offer people experience and to open their business. It'll make their business bigger, and why not come to a class and kind of expand what you're already doing. So it's awesome to be part of it.
It's awesome.
Yes, sir.
It's awesome, Kevin. So you're now an educator, public speaker.
Mm-hmm.
You're a beta tester. You're an advisor, and you're a dental technician.
And I'm a dental technician. And just a normal guy. I'm just a normal person, so.
How amazing is that? And all that in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Crazy.
4 or 5 years.
Yep.
Where do you muster the courage to stand in front of people? I know you mentioned that you get comfortable and then you start talking to people, but where do you muster the courage to stand in front of people that you've never seen before? Because you go to places sometimes that you don't know all the techs there.
No, I never know anyone that's sitting in front of me.
There you go.
Maybe you'll have a rare person that's followed you for the presentation you did in West Palm Beach that happens to be at that event,
right, and
wants to continue to follow where you're going or what new things are there to offer.
But how do you muster that courage?
Well, for most people that I've talked to in the industry, some people are just natural speakers. Me, it's just knowing the knowledge. So once I start talking, I realize that what is there to you know what I mean? So yeah, it's awesome to be able to, like I said, I'm educating people as much as I can, and they're taking time to sit down and hear what I have to say. So that in itself is means something to me. So
if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying that the confidence in the knowledge and the experiences that you have thus far help you in that courage,
Of course.
and also the understanding that you are helping somebody improve their lab and possibly even improve the quality of life.
Or even showing them a product they might not know or understand. All that type of stuff is helping someone else out. So anything I can do to better somebody else's lab, or a lot of it gets even personal once you start to know them. You start talking about other things. So yeah, it's awesome.
Powerful, and you're working a lot with doctors as well. Am I right?
Yeah, we're 95% digital, so I don't know if it's just that aspect, but we have a lot of great doctors. I have every one of their personal phone numbers. If there's an issue with the case, or there's a case coming up that they might not know how to approach it, phone calls or text messages. Before I got into digital dentistry, and I think that's what it is the passion of these dentists. They just have that much passion. They want to make sure, and patient care, it's about the patient. I think maybe some of these other dentists are just out to make a buck, and I don't mean that to everybody that's not doing digital dentistry, but yeah, it's all about the patient at the end of the day. And if you got good technicians and amazing dentists working hand in hand, like, the patient care is so much different than a lab tech that's pissed at his, not really excited about what he does, and a dentist that just wants, the patient in and out the chair for the next one. It's a collaborative effort between the dentist and technicians, good technicians that, that care, because there's plenty of digital technicians that could also, and dentists that, just want to push things out. But we're very fortunate to have these great dentists and great technicians. I have a lot of great technician friends, and it's a blessing. So
it really is, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see your rise.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you always having me on these things.
Oh man, it's so inspiring to hear your story, Kevin.
Yeah,
because
there's so many other technicians that I'm glad you're going and getting their story, because those are the people that inspire me too. So
it's amazing. Yeah, it's so wonderful to hear your story. So inspiring to hear how your passion, your passion leads you in a path where the right people find you, and the right people find you, and then the right opportunities find you.
Yep, they kind of fall into place. It's weird, but it's great.
To the point that now you have titles that you never thought you were going to have.
Nope, never. And great doctors as friends, and great lab technicians as friends that probably would have never acquired if it wasn't for, going digital, believe it or not. So, yep.
How amazing.
Yes,
Kevin,
sir.
It's always a pleasure having you on.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure hearing your story and your candor and how you share with people. We are inspired by the desire that you have to help the industry.
Yes, sir.
To be a catalyst for change. And
yeah, man, I'm glad you're picking the right people to do interviews with. So it's good. I can't wait to see the podcast, all the new people. I know you're working on some good things. So can't wait to see who you got on next. And yeah, man, it's an honor.
We always appreciate you supporting us, man, and it's an honor having you here. Thank you so much, Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. Kevin Reck from Bellavita Dental Design, a key opinion leader, an advisor, a public speaker. He happens to be a dental professional technician as well.
And a human being.
With a big heart. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We will see you in the next one.